Hey Flosstube, it is Michelle from Made by Michelle McGraw, and this is Flosstube number 51. It is April 20th, and I have a ton to show you today. I have finishes, I have a lot of haul, a lot, it's out of hand. I have some fun sewing to show you. I have, I have two stands that I'm going to show you that I have bought, that I have used. They're independent reviews. Nobody's asked me to do this. They're just what I use. I have carpal tunnel in both hands, and so sometimes stitching aggravates that, which is why I always use a hoop. I love a Q-snap. Unfortunately, a Q-snap agitates my carpal tunnel, so I can't use them for very long. So I use a light, no-slip Morgan hoop. That doesn't tend to bother my carpal tunnel, but there are times with even that I'm agitated a little bit in my hand, maybe for something else I was doing. A stand keeps me stitching. I also stitch two-handed, so a stand makes it very easy, although I can hold a hoop and stitch two-handed with a hoop. I switch my hand. I don't know. I'd have to film it sometime because I hold the hoop and I don't know, I'm constantly moving my hands. I don't know. I can stitch two-handed without a stand, but anyhow, I will show you that later. I have giveaway winners. I have new giveaways, and we are almost to 4,000 subscribers. So I want to thank everybody who takes the time to comment and interact with me and be part of the community. And thank you so much for joining me. So thank you so much. I'm just very blown away. Somebody contacted me this week on Instagram, and I'm not going to say her name because I'm not sure if she wants me to tell people she's considering doing a Flosstube. And I was like, absolutely. Like, film a Flosstube. If you hate doing it, you only have to do one, or you never have to publish it. It's okay. The pros outweigh the cons always, because the community is so sweet, and I just enjoy meeting everybody and talking with everybody. I mean, I get to talk stitching and nobody complains. It's awesome. So yeah, I definitely say if you're contemplating doing a Flosstube, go ahead and do it. Try it. It's very weird to sit and talk to a camera to yourself. And then it's even weirder when you realize that people are watching and you're like, oh, people are actually seeing that. So it's kind of weird, but it's a good weird. So thank you all. All right, I'm gonna jump into whips or fully finishes, sorry, because I have a lot. So the first one that I have is Bee Queen of the Needle. So this is from Primitive Hair, and the front of the chart looks like this. I have the digital download. This is an older chart. I think it's still available, but I'm not 100% sure. The chart is you're supposed to make a needle book, and so it has other aspects of the chart there, and that's a really poor picture, but they're really nice charts. I do want to go back someday and make the other ones. It's not going to be this season, but I do want to. Okay, so my fully finished, here is Queen Bee of the Needle. Now, I left off her needle because I'm making this for my bee bowl. And I did some big chunky trim because a queen deserves big and bold. So there's my finish. She was stitched on 27 count Linda, Vintage Country Mocha Linda, which I got at Fat Quarter Shop. And then here is the backing material, which is, it's a bundle from Fat Quarter. I know it's a Moda fabric. I'm not sure of the name, but it's all bee stuff. And then there's one of my tags. It's an iron-on tag that I got. You can get people to make them on Etsy. They're relatively inexpensive, but I'm trying to remember to put my tag on the back of my pillow, especially if there's no good place to put the year or my initials. That's kind of a nice way that I can do it. So that's my fully finished. That's one of my bees. As you know, I am stitching Bees and Americana through the end of April. And then May 1st, I will transition to fall. Fall meaning fall, Halloween, Thanksgiving. Anything falls into that category. I have a bunch of fall finishes from last year that I did not fully finish. So I'm gonna have a lot of stitching to finish to come up. So, and some stand-ups are coming. I will be watching Vanna's tutorial and trying my best to do my first stand-up. So, then I will be stitching fall through June, and July I will start Christmas stitching. I'm so excited that I'm going to have basically 5 months of Christmas stitching, 6 months if you count December, but what I'll probably do in December is move more towards winter, so like snowmen and stuff that I can leave out after Christmas to get some of those finishes. This is the year of smalls that I have been doing, and I've stuck to it so far. I have so enjoyed it. I've had some of these patterns for so long, and to be able to finally stitch them and make time for them has been really, really fun, and I'm not sure I can stop. It has been so much fun. So, yeah, I've really, really enjoyed it. So, I will be stitching Christmas for potentially 5 months. I have a lot of Christmas starts started. I have a lot of Christmas starts kitted, and I'm excited to do them. I also want to do 9 ornaments for my children this year. I have 3 boys. I want to do 3 each. I have already started on the first set, which is going to be a Prairie schooler night before Christmas. They'll each get a scene out of that chart. And then I have decided when I come to the whip, or the finish, I will show you, I am going to use a Priscilla and Chelsea's trucks and just do the trucks in different colors for my boys. So then I have to come up with one more theme for their ornaments for this year. I don't know what that'll be yet. I haven't decided yet, but those are the 2 themes that I know already. So, all right, enough babbling. The next finish. All right, the next one is Liberty Lights from the Frosted Pumpkin. I stitched this on 14 count microscope fabric from Fabric Flare using the called for colors. So I showed that as a finish last time, and now it's a fully finish. So there it is. And I just used some white trim around the edges. I didn't have the color blue that matched to suit me, and then I didn't have a red that really suited me. I finished the back with some striped ticking because it is stars stripes. So, and I also put one of my labels back there. So there you go. I'm trying to move them away so I have more room. I'm not very good at that. Okay. This one is Babushkas Bees. This is from Plum Street Sampler. And I wasn't finished with it. I don't think so. I think I had to decide. I ended up stitching it through this beehive. So I left this part of the chart out. I squared it up, and I'm really happy with the finish. This was stitched on 20 count oyster shell color and cotton. And here is my finish. So I love it. I did finish it. This is the same bee fabric that I used for my queen. And so there's some little words down here that's talking about blossoms and bees. And then my backing fabric from that same set. There's one of my tags. And I just love this one. Love it. I used some rickrack trim and I hand sewed it on. I hand sew all my trims on, mainly not because I think it looks better. It's because I'm a mess with liquid glue and never should touch liquid glue. So mine would be a hot mess if I use liquid glue. Sewing is easier. Even though it's more time consuming, it's easier. So there's Babushkas Bees. I really, really like how that turned out. Did I use any substitutions? Yes, I did. For colors I didn't have, I just picked colors that were similar that I had. So I used a lot of color and cotton, just things that I had. So once again, Love, love, love the finish on that one. I think that turned out nice. Okay. The next one is Happy Birthday USA from the Humble Stitcher. I stitched this on 14 count Murky from Picture This Plus, and I know I substituted the red. I might have substituted the blue, or it might have been the called for blue, I'm not sure. But there it is with her pulling her wagon of cats. So cute. The red is Belsois Tulip, which is one of my favorite reds. I did put some chunky blue trim on here, and I will talk about some trim in a little bit because I have some in my haul. And then this is some backing fabric that I had and my tag. So there is my fully finished for that one. Okay, now the next finish, I took a chart that I had started, Firework Lane, and I had started it. I decided to change. I wasn't going to do the whole chart. I told you guys about that last week. I showed you my finish, which was the house with the fireworks. It was okay for me when I finished it. I was like, okay, it's a house. It's cute. I don't know if I should have chopped up the chart, but I liked it. When I fully finished it, I loved how it turned out. So sometimes when you finish something, you have to see it fully finished. My sister has a chart right now that she's working on, and she says she doesn't like it. She's like, I'm going to give it to you. I don't like it. When I'm done with it, I'm going to give it to you. And I'm like, well, let's see when it's fully finished if you change your mind, because you might change your mind. You might really, really love it. Still trying to convince her, but I don't know. I haven't seen it. She hasn't sent me a picture of it fully finished, but we're supposed to have a sewing day come hopefully soon, and we're going to finish some of her ones that she's been working on. So one day I need to film at her house. She has cross stitch boards just like I do. One of my cross stitch boards is hanging right here. You can see it today, right there. I have 2 other boards. I have 3 boards total. She has cross stitch boards. I want to say she has 3 boards as well. I think. I know she has at least 2, maybe 3. She has a huge amount of stitching done for those cross stitch boards. It's amazing, amazing. So one day I will need to film at her house. I can try to convince her to come on camera, but I don't think she will. But I could definitely film her stuff and show it to you guys because it's fantastic. You would love it. Fantastic. She has some great stuff. Okay, so Firework Lane. I love. This might be my favorite finish out of this grouping. It's perfect. I love how it turned out. So I stitched this on. I started this last year and then I changed my mind. I stitched this on Stitchery Express Moonless Witch Sky 14 count. And I changed it this year to just one house. It is by Little Stitch Girl, Firework Lane. And I'm not sure if she calls for the metallics, but I put metallic up top for the fireworks. There's a nice eagle. It's just a cute summer house. I love it. I used fabric from, is it Land of Liberty or Liberty from Moda Fabrics, and it had some words down here that are all 4th of July related, like, oh, can you see, perilous fights, we go proudly. It's all words in there. Love that. And then the backing fabric, love it. There is my tag. I just adore this finish. So that's an example of one that when I got done with it, I just didn't know, but fully finishing it for my dough bowl, I love it. Love it. So I did use some trim down here. This is leftover from my scrapbooking days, and this is actually the last of my trim that I had of this. A lot of times if you see a trim across the front of my pillow, I stitch it on. Like I literally put it on my sewing machine and sew across it. It's just what I like. So, okay. Those are my fully finished cross stitch pieces. Now, I did some fun sewing. And I'm going to show you this all together, and then I'll take the pieces out. 3 of these are for me, 3 of them are for my sister. I'm going to show you in a dough bowl because I always get questions about what is a dough bowl. First of all, go to Etsy, search dough bowl, put dough bowl in Google, and it will come up. I don't know if online shopping is the best place to buy a dough bowl, but you will get an idea. I have gotten mine all from antique resale stores locally. But that doesn't mean that you couldn't find one online that's gorgeous. I've seen a bunch of them that are gorgeous. I am looking for a red one someday. And yes, I could paint any one red, but if I found one painted already in red, like I would scoop it up. Like I want a red one. Here's my white dough bowl. So here's the actual bowl. And it is just, I use it to display my finishes. I have a larger one on my table. I'm not going to move it because everything is balanced on it right now. And then I have a mini one, and then I have like a longer troughed one. So I kind of switch them out based on how many pillows I have. This was some fun stitching that I did this week, and I'm going to show you these up close so you can see them. So I had, back in the day, October afternoon, I'm so sorry for bumping the table. October afternoon was one of my favorite favorite paper lines when I scrapbooked. They make fabric. Who knew? I didn't know. I found this fabric on Etsy and I ordered it. It was a fat eighth of this fabric. And so when I got it, my idea was to cut up so I could get like a witch on each pillow. I actually scrapbooked with this fabric years ago, or with this paper line years ago. So it's so fun to see it in the fabric. So my first pillow, these are all Halloween pillows that I'm going to use. And you can see I have framed the witch sitting on the tombstone. And here's a little tombstone charm. There is some plaids there. There's a ribbon here. And then there's another piece of fabric here as well to kind of give it some, just something different. Every time I pick up one of these fun pillows, it is how much trim, how much bling can I add to this? Because it's not stitching, it's just using the fabric. And these will go in with my stitch pieces in my dough bowl. So these are just, this is what I call fun stitching, fun sewing. And so how much can I use? What can I put on it? What matches? Here is, sorry, I've got some lint on the back. Here is the backing fabric, just some stars. And there's my tag. My sister will be so thrilled. My little tag on the back. So that's the first one. Let me show you this version. And I finished it in a different way. So this one is finished with just a little bit of trim hanging here for a little bling. There is a witch's hat charm. And then some gingham over here, the chunky black trim, and I finished it off with gingham on the back. So same print, finished 2 different ways. One will be mine, one will be my sister's. Okay, let me show the next one. Yes, those 2 are the same. All right, so the next one I am so in love with. So here is my finish, and cute witch with her cat. I did a little bit of different fabric, and then there is a ribbon on here. And this ribbon, I used it on another finish, but I had a little bit left. It's not a great ribbon because you can see through it so much. So what I did was I stitched it on with my sewing machine using a decorative stitch. And then I finished it off the back with the same polka dot fabric. This trim is lace that I stitched on. So the way I do it is I start and I get my needle, and then I have my ribbon, and I loop maybe 3 or 4 loops on it, and then I stitch it down to the pillow. And then the next one I stitch 1 loop on, stitch it down, and that kind of cinches it, and I keep cinching as I go. And I use that rhythm all the way around the pillow to make the trim. And I love how that turned out. Now, here's the same part of that pillow finished a different way. So I finished it off with the same fabric, but I used different backing fabric. I put a ribbon on here, and I used another specialty stitch on my sewing machine to sew the ribbon down. It was just a plain black ribbon. It has the witch's hat and a little bit of this trim. And then I finished it off with some orange trim. So here's the same piece finished 2 different ways. Okay. Now, these 2 are the same as well, and I finished them both very differently. Okay, this is the first one, and I didn't add any fabric to the front, but I used that lacy ribbon and made the whole border, which I love. And I had tons of it, so it was a great, you do need a lot of ribbon to do this with. So it was a great use to use some of that ribbon that I had in my stash. And then I have lint. And then I used, I think that's, it's the checks from Priscilla and Chelsea, but I don't think it's Chelsea's checks, it's the other plaids. And then there's my tag. So a more simple finish, but I love the ribbon ruching. This one, I added some fabric to the bottom. I added a ribbon. I do have a decorative stitch to stitch on the ribbon. And I did a different ribbon ruched, and I really liked the lighter ribbon on it. I thought that looked cute too. And then there was my backing fabric. So the ruched ribbon is one of my favorite finishes if I have ribbon that I can ruche on it. I think that's what it's called. If not, I just made up a whole term. I don't know. Okay, so those were some of my what I call fun stitching. Okay. Let me show my finish, and then I will go to giveaways because I need to clear some off my table. All right, so this is a finish. I'll get my board here. I did not iron it, but it is fully finished. It is the red, white, and blue tiered tray tidbits from Stitching with the Housewives. I stitched mine on 14 count black Aida. I think I used the called for. I don't have my card up here. I don't think I do. No, I substituted it. I used Candy Apple Red from Weeks Dye Works, and the blue I used Americana from Weeks Dye Works. Just 2 that I had that I think I probably didn't have the red. So then I picked a blue that the lighting is doing weird things. So I will be fully finishing that sometime soon. I have some more whips, but they are buried. So I'm going to go ahead and do my giveaways because those I can move out of the way. So here are giveaways from last week. All right, we have Drawn Thread Spring. Oh, wait a minute. I did not write down a winner for this one. So I'm going to stick this one to do next week. I didn't write it down. And I do the random comment generator. So let me put that to the side so I can make sure I do it next time, and I'll pull the names for that chart. Hooties was the chart, and Janet Fletcher. There was 127 comments, and Janet Fletcher. So Janet, you're going to get a hold of me either on Instagram, which is madebymichellemcgraw, or my email, which is madebymichellemcgraw@gmail.com. You're going to send me your address. You're going to send me what chart you want, just a simple description, owl chart, it's fine. And If your name is different from YouTube, send it. Send both names so I can match it up good. Okay, so congratulate Janet. All right, the next two, I have two winners. They were Bobby G charts. And we had 125 entries. Judy Stitches has won one of these, and Sherry Diamond. So both of y'all get a hold of me. I will also put that information down in the box below. Early Americans. John Adams, this is a chart that I stitched and I'm passing it on. All of these come from my personal stash. Some of them I have used, some of them I have not. I always make a working copy. So this is my pass the stash. Early Americans, Janice Davis. So Janice, get a hold of me. And Barbara Anna Spooky, Kathy Cobb. So Kathy, get a hold of me as well. All right, let's do this week's, and I'm gonna do my Pass the Stash, and then I have a different giveaway as well. All right, so the first Pass the Stash is from Joan Elliott Designs, and it's called Baseball. And you are gonna simply put baseball in your comment. And I think these would be super cute if you had a child that played baseball or softball and you stitch these up for a summer dough bowl. Like you could do them individually or as the whole chart, but that's really cute. So I wanted to pass this along. None of my kids played baseball. I've had this for a while. I'd love for it to go to somebody who loves baseball. All right, I'm not gonna try to pronounce this one, but we're gonna go with the word fairy. And there's the chart. Very, very pretty. And you're just gonna say the word fairy. Another Barbara Anna. Now this one is not in cellophane. It is a new chart. I put it in my own holder. This is Barbara Anna Designs Halloween Ornaments. And you are going to say Halloween. So if you're interested in that chart, just say Halloween in your comment. All right, the next one is Hootie's in Love, and you're gonna say heart in your comment. Cute Valentine's ones, you could stitch up a couple of those. So cute. All right, so those are my Pass the Stash. Now I have a special giveaway, and this is going to be, I have the book, but the giveaway is going to be 2 subscribers that are interested in this book, and you're going to say the word book in your comment to be entered. The book is going to be sent to you as a PDF. So you can print out all of the charts if you wanted to, or just the charts that you're interested in. I'm going to do a quick flip through. I'm not going to show every chart in here, but I'm going to show some. This is not everybody's cup of tea, okay? So just preface that. I love all different kinds of stitching, so I think some of these are fantastic. So it is called A Bitch in Time, 30 Sarcastic Stitches for You to Stab. Okay, so you get the concept of this is snarky stitching. So there is one that I totally want to do. Let me show you. Okay, there's one that's really funny, but I'm not going to show it. It's very funny. Okay, so once again, sarcastic, but I love the climb every mountain, die every hill, and she is flipping the bird. I will show you the one. This is adorable. I Will Be the Death of You. I'm trying to find the one that I really, really want to do. You have passive aggressive. I do all my own stunts. see. The one that I want, oh, I love this one. You're Next. I think that that would be such a fun Halloween one to put out with your Halloween stitching. I love it. This is actually what I want to do. So I love this one. Let me see. Yeah, I don't want to show all of them, but anyhow, if you are interested in this book, which is very well done, the charts are very well done, easy to read charts. It will be PDF to you. There are 2 winners. So you are going to put book in your comment. Once again, I know it's not everybody's cup of tea. That's okay. We can all stitch different things and still be friends. It's okay. So if you're interested in this book, put book in your comment. I will be drawing 2 winners for that. The email is not going to come from me. It's going to come from the designer from the book. Okay, so that she's going to send it out to you. Okay, I should say they. All right, so those are my giveaways. We'll go back to whips now. All right, so that's the last whip I'm going to show because that's going to go into stands. Because I have my stand down here with my whip in it, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to switch and all that. All right, so this is my American Eagle Blackbird Designs, American Eagle. It is out of the Sweet Land of Liberty book, and I am doing this one down here. Now, when I saw you last, I had started this, I had put it in timeout because I was frustrated. I had stitched some of it in 2 strands, some of it in 1 strand, and I was gonna have to go pull it back out. I got a lot of comments and they were like, I wouldn't pull it out, just leave it. You can't even tell. I'm not 100% set with that, but I decided I was gonna go ahead and keep stitching it, and then I would go back and look. The only place that I think I might pull out is at the top of the eagle. The rest I'm okay with. The border, I did notice is stitched with 2 strands. I'm going to continue to stitch the border with 2 strands so it'll match. But I made a little progress and started the house. This is on 16 count early Halloween from XJude Designs. I got mine at Pumpkin Creek Prim. She is on Etsy. So I really like it. I'm over my mistake. Like I said, I'm going to see once I get done with it if I need to go back and tear out. Like I said, I might tear out at the top of the eagle, but honestly, you really, like, the more and more I sat there and looked at it, the more and more I realized you really have to stare at it to find the 2 strands. So I might just leave it. We might just roll with it and just, that's it. That's the way it's gonna be. Okay, the next one, I did a little stitching on this yesterday. And this is Animal Cracker Series Scarlet. I started this back in 2020, and I bought this as a kit from countrysamplers.com. So this is Scarlet, and my sister right now is thinking, I need to have this pattern when you're done with it. Just so you know, my sister does not like animals doing people things. So this horrifies my sister. Yeah. Anyhow, I have done a little bit more on Scarlet. Oops, she's falling down here. Hold on. She's still in the hoop because I'm going to move it soon. I worked on finishing her paw, bringing her dress down a little bit, and I'm working over here as well. So I don't have that much more to go, and I just need to finish her. And I really want to finish her and do an animal cracker. Cynthia Brew has shown her animal crackers and really inspired me that I can do this finish. We'll see. I am not going to do her little pin cushion over here, and I'm not going to put her needle in her hand for the reason that I have pets, and they, like, my cat does not get on my table. She's very, very good. But I have pets and I have kids, and I don't want a needle sticking out that would injure somebody, so I'm not going to put the needle on her. My boys are older, but still, I'm bad enough to stick myself with a needle. I don't need to lose a needle in the house. So, told y'all before, my mom said if you lose a needle, it goes, and you step on it, it goes straight to your heart. I don't think that's true, but that's what she said. I think she wanted us to be very responsible with our needles. So, as multiple stitchers were in the house. Okay, this is my work project. So I only work on this when I'm at work, and Fridays are my day I can work on this project at work. I'm in the office all day on Friday, so it gives me I get my work done, and then I'm just literally waiting on customers at the window so I can work on this. This is 4th of July sampler from the Humble Stitcher. A bad picture because it's small, but it's so cute. I love this little sampler. It's adorable. This is not that big. It's 89 by 81. I'm stitching mine on 14 count Murky from Picture This Plus, and I am using Belle Soie Tulip as the red, and I'm using 3750 instead of the blue that was called for. So there's my progress. It's coming along. That border and everything does take a while, but I love it. I love how it's turning out. So, and I will finish that one. It will stay as a work project until it's finished, even if that goes into May. I will just continue to finish it at work until I get it done. Okay. Now, my next whip is in my stand. So I'm going to show it in the stand. It is H is for Honey from Prairie Schooler. This is one of the Prairie Schooler alphabets this is GHI, and this is the H for Honey. I actually don't have much to go. I finished the vine on this side last night. I need to fill in the back part with the bee. I need to fill in a little bit of this flower. I need to fill in the second yellow that goes in the hives and put the flowers down the vines. That's it. Then I'm done. These are large, I will say. I love it. I love the way it looks, but it is large. Now I am doing these on 32 count Tyco from Picture This Plus Lugana. I chose the Lugana because I had a yard of this material, and I chose the color because it's a neutral color. And as you can see, like the whole alphabet is different colors, and I mean the same color palette, so to speak, where it's muted colors, but I wanted to make sure all the colors popped, and they show it on a lighter color. I think they actually call for it on lamb's wool. Let me see. Yeah, 32 count lamb's wool. And I had some lamb's wool, but I didn't have a whole yard to do the whole alphabet. And I am doing them as pillows for my dough bowl. So I'm not doing them as one big piece. This one actually is going to go in my summer dough bowl. Eventually I will do all the ones that I can put out seasonally, and then I will go back and do the ones that just are part of the alphabet that I wouldn't use. So like G is for garden, can be for the summertime as well. And the I is for Indian corn. That's a great fall one. So like on this chart, I will eventually do all three of these, but the H is for honey is the one that I started this time. So fantastic piece. Love it. It's a lot of stitching, but I love it. All right. This is the first stand that I'm going to show you. And this is the Patokie Stand. So as you can see, I literally took this off my cross stitching area. When I use the stand, you can put it on a tabletop. This is the tabletop. This would actually be a perfect height for me to stitch. What I do, because I sit in a recliner, I put a pillow on my lap and then put the stand on the pillow. That makes it the perfect height for me to stitch in in a recliner. I used this at work. It sat right on the desk and it was perfect. So this is so easy. As you can see, the way everything goes in it. Simple, easy. I'm going to take this out. You turn the knob. Here's the great part. Let me tighten this so I can turn it over for you. Sorry. Okay. If I want to tie off on the back, sorry, I don't have it in here tight. I just rotate it. There's the back. I tie off, rotate it back. Simple, easy tie off. Okay, now let me remove this. This is for a hoop. And this one is called the desktop holder for hoop. And on their website, it's $155. Now, these are pricey stands. I will say that. These are not stands you're getting at Michael's and all. It is an investment. Whether you want to invest it that much in a stand, that's up to you. I love to stitch. It keeps me stitching. I have thoroughly enjoyed my Patokie stand. Thoroughly enjoyed. It is well made and well worth the money, if you have that money to budget for it. So I never tell anybody go broke stitching. That is silly. So you buy with what you want. It adjusts, like I said, it flips. And then this knob adjusts the angle. So maybe you want to stitch at a downward angle. Maybe you want it straight up. That's how you just tighten it when you got it at the angle you want, and it stays. It's that easy. It does fold down for nice, easy travel. So I really do like this one. I bought my sister this one as well for Christmas. I got her the gray color. Well, she chose the color when it came in because I forgot what I ordered. So I asked her, do you want green or do you want gray? And she chose gray. Mine is the green. I'm not sure that I love the green, but it's a stand. It's okay. Her gray one was very pretty. It's not bad. I love the distressing on the stand, if you can see it. So it's not a solid colored stand. It is distressed, and I love that. So that is a great travel one. It's very, very simple. This was so easy to slip in my bag and take to work. Super easy. It is all wood, but it's not that heavy. So definitely you can put it in a bag and take it. My next stand is the Dubco Stand. And this is hoops holder for table is what it's called. This one retails for $199. I don't know if that's the sale price or that's the original price. Now keep in mind, these are also done overseas, so there is a conversion, and sometimes it's going to be cheaper than that. So keep in mind, I don't know if that website is shown in dollars or not. So that it might come out cheaper. That might be the price. I can't remember. I've ordered these a long time ago. I will say both stands are order, and it's going to be a couple weeks. I think like 12 weeks, 8 weeks. It says on their website. So this is the Dubco Stand. Now, I will say both really well made. The Dubco is a little bulkier, but once again, I can still stick this in a tote bag and take it with me. And I did, I have. I will say the Dubco, this is a blue color. It actually goes like kind of violet in the sun. It is gorgeous. This color is fantastic. So the way this one works, I'm gonna see if I can do this. You have levers that adjust. Okay, so I adjust how I want it, and then I clamp it down and it's done. Same way for this. So I get it where I want it and I clamp it down. The hoop goes in here the same way as the other one, okay? So they work almost identical. The lever systems are a little different. This one is a little more ornate in my opinion, but they're both functioning. This color, I just happen to love a little bit more than the green, but it all depends on if that's really like what color you choose. This stand also comes with, instead of getting this top holder that you screw down and hold it, you can get arms. You can get the stand with arms, and it just holds your cross stitch like this. And so if you want to tie off on the back, you pick it up, flip it over, and you tie off, and then you put it back down. It's not clamped in. I actually want to get one of those to try, and have ordered, I think I ordered it in a lap stand, not the desk stand. So it's something a little different. Either one of these are fantastic stands. I don't think you could go wrong with either one. Beautifully made, well done. The Dubco does have little feet on the bottom. This one does not. It's not a deal breaker for me. Both of them are beautiful stands. Both of them work really, really well. Like I said before, they are an investment. They are an expensive piece. So that may not be everybody's budget. That's okay. That's okay. But if you are looking for a full wood stand, a good stand, they're very simply well made. All of these hinges are metal. Same with the Dubco. It's all metal. There's no plastic in here. So they are very nicely made. Okay. Those are the two stands that I use. In case you were interested, I highly recommend both of them, but I also understand that's not everybody's budget, and that's okay. All right, now we are going to do haul. I will put both stands' names, because they are foreign names, down in my description box, so that, oh, what did I do there? So that you could go on their website and find out more information. Dubco, Kokohama Stitchery, does a review of her Dubco stand. So if you're interested in that one and you want to see somebody else's, go check her out. The Patokie Stand, Deb and Liz from Country Stitchers does a review and shows theirs, because they had a giveaway for it a while back. So go check out their Flosstube. All right. Now we're into haul. And it's a lot, people. It's a lot. All right. So the first fabric, I am addicted to these quilt packs, because if you look, all of the colors coordinate. So I can get a quilt pack to finish off a theme, and all the backs kind of coordinate together and look nice in my dough bowl. This pack is Homestead Harvest. I got it at Fat Quarter Shop. And this is actually for the Prairie Schooler alphabet one. So that's what I'll be using to finish the back of the Prairie Schooler alphabet. So as you can see, the colors just look really nice. Okay, so I bought that one. I also bought the Moda Cider one, which I think is going to be beautiful for fall finishes. I just think the colors scream fall to me. And that will be some fall finishes out of that. I also got, I don't remember where I ordered this from. It might have been Etsy, but it is some Halloween retro fabric that I would like to cut up and make some fun stitching pillows. Look at that haunted house, the Frankenstein, the witch, the hay rides. Like, I love all these. So I'd like to make some fun stitching pillows out of those. There's a lot of fabric there, so I actually could do a couple of different things with it. I also got some Color and Cotton Dracula. Now, I have been waiting on this floss to be in stock, and Fat Quarter Shop had it, and I ordered 10 skeins of it. It is, let me put my board behind it here. It's a beautiful red. It's called Dracula from Color and Cotton. Love, love, love that. So I've been waiting for it to be in stock, and when I found it in stock, I snatched it up. I also got a new tomato, because a green tomato is awesome. That was from Fat Quarter Shop as well. This is my kit that is from Traditional Stitchers. If you signed up for Oh, let me see here. I got the whole kit. It is the Blackbird release that is exclusive to Traditional Stitchers. Now, Traditional Stitchers is out of Canada. Let me show the chart. And it is Blackbird Designs What Remains. So that was the new release that they had that was exclusive to them. And I ordered it. I got the total kit. So I got 36 count straw from Weeks Dye Works. And the flosses. So that was for the Blackbird Design 20th anniversary. And I went ahead and ordered that. And I was one of the, I know they're shipping in like groups, and I was in group 1. So I happened to already got mine. Okay, now I have some charts here. These are from 123 Stitch. I have Dog Treat, because that's so cute. I have Cat Treat, because I do have a cat too. I got Told in a Garden, A Song of People, and this is totally being enabled from Vana. She is working on this. It's an older whip that she picked up, and it's beautiful. So I actually want to stitch this. I have another chart that I did that's farm, and I would love to stitch that to go on the wall beside it. So I have to look at what flosses it calls for. I also got Strawberries Forever from Told in the Garden, and I love that as well. We are a house that eats a lot of strawberries. Like, my oldest son can eat like a quart himself. So strawberry season, I think they're starting to sell it right up the road from us in just a little bit. So I'm gonna have to go get him like quarts and quarts of strawberries until it's over with, because he literally eats them. I think if you had to ask my oldest what his favorite food is, I think it would include strawberries. This is Hen from Bent Creek. It's really cute. I was enabled by Java Girl Stitches, Christy. She showed this. And it wasn't in stock when I went to go place my order, and I just put my email in there. They let me know it came in, and I ordered it. This is a free pattern. Everybody has shown this from the Little Stitcher, and it's the owl. I'm going to stick this in my bag with winter animals because it's that same color theme, and that'll get put in that whip to go in there and stitched up as one of those. This is Daisy from Twin Peak Primitives, and she's adorable. Adorable. I love that. Love it. That actually is not that big. It is 86 by 59. So I really want to stitch this pretty quick. It might be on the list. The next one is Engravers Chart from Liz Matthews. Now, that doesn't look that exciting, although I love alphabets too. What I will probably use this first and foremost is when I want to add my initials to a piece. Look at all those initials. Look at all that alphabet in there. And she even says on this chart, you have 10 full alphabets and 2 number sets. Each are stitched in a different font. Included is a handful of sweet motifs that can be used to create your own fun designs. This pattern was intended not only to be stitched as shown in the model, but it can also be a helpful tool for customizing your own creations. And I love that. Charts like this, this goes in my stash. It will never come out of my stash because it'll be a resource that I go to all the time. This one I got is Bee Chunky Winged Friend, and it's from Amy Brukin Designs, ABD. And I just think that's so cute. And it's a little kit. It comes with the little, his wings. It comes with that. It's already cut. So I just have to stitch it. I don't know if I'm going to have time this year to do it or not because it has to be done by the end of the month. but I really want to do him. So if I don't do him this year, he'll be done next year. I also got my next Heartstring Sampleries Sunday Stitches. It is Well With My Soul. I also got, that one I got from an Etsy seller. That was not 1, 2, 3 Stitch. I got Plum Street Samplers. Adam names the animals, and I think this is gorgeous. It is a big chart. It is 226 by 155. So it won't be started soon, but I really, really like this one. I got some of my floss clubs. This is Fat Quarter Shop Classic Colorworks Floss Club. This is April's. I also got Color and Cotton. I get the neutral, and I get the all colors one. I love Color and Cotton. When I go to sub, a lot of times I use Color and Cotton as my substitutions. If I don't have a color and the chart calls for, let's say it calls for a green, and if it was similar, I would sub that green in. That's how I use Color and Cotton, because a lot of charts don't call for them yet. But let me tell you, their floss is very nice. I also got the March Fabric of the Month. I get 20 count Ada, and it's coral. Very pretty. It's a little lighter than what it's showing, but it's very pretty. And then I also get the March, I get the neutral one, and this is Parthenon, 20 count Ada. I changed all mine to 20 count Ada for right now. I might change it to something else later. I don't know. Okay, the next haul that I have kind of needs some explanation. So I love the fun little pillows that I've made. So I've been looking for fabric, and I found a website on Etsy that does them on, they print them, but it is fabric. And I think that's the Amazon guy. Oh, I think so. I think it is. I don't know, we'll see. I got a bunch of these printed ones. Some vintage ones. So I will be cutting these apart. You can use them. They are fabric. They come with paper on the back of them. And you can use them just like fabric. It tells you how to set them if you want to wash them, to set the colors and stuff. I'm not going to be washing them because I'm making them as pillows. I don't wash the pillows that I make. So I will cut them apart and sew them. But these were some that I got. Peter Cottontail. Like, look how cute they are. Some of them are smaller, some of them are bigger. Some retro Valentine's Day ones. Some little bit bigger Santa ones. Anyhow, you get the idea. I got a bunch. I'm so excited to do some fun stitching with them. Okay. My next haul is inspired by Java Girl Stitches. So Christy, you enabled me to get the red wagon, which I love. So the idea of why would I need a little red wagon? Ugh. We talk about dough bowls, and a lot of people say they don't have a place to get dough bowls locally. You can use anything. So how cute are those patriotic finishes in the red wagon? And then you could put this anywhere. Anywhere you wanted to. You could put it on a table, or you could put it in the corner of the room on the floor. So cute. So Christy Thank you for enabling me to get the red wagon. My husband was putting it together for me. It's not hard. And he was like, the paint's all rubbed off on it. I'm like, yeah, it's vintage. It's cool. And he's like, okay, whatever. So cute. Love that. All right. The next bit of haul is some haul that I got yesterday at Michael's. So I am always looking for trim to go on my dough bowls because as you can tell, I've been doing a lot of dough bowls and I'm going through a lot of trim. So what I have found is the Burnett baby blanket. This is the, I don't know the name of this, Sweet Snuggles line. This trim works really good to sew on pillows, the chenille trim. So I went yesterday and I picked up, I was looking for fall and Christmas ones because that's what I'm going to be finishing, you know, coming shortly. So this is like a cream and tans mixed. This is a red. Now I have red, but I wanted a different red. This is more of a cherry red or like a apple red maybe. So I wanted different red, so I would have it when I put my finish up to it. I want to see which red I want. This one was discontinued of the color. It's tan. It's like a sand, I think is what it's called. Yeah, baby sand. Simple. I could use that for fall finishes. Here's another variegated one. I like the variegated ones for finish. It's just if you like them or not. This one is one of the chunkier ones, and it is the chenille line, a nice rust color. Now, some of these were on sale, some of these were clearanced, some of these were brand new. This is a brand new color, the green. Not an olive green, not a mint green, but it gives me another green option when I go to finish my Christmas stuff. Or you can even use this for summer stuff. Like, that might not look bad with that. I don't know that that's what I'll use, but I mean, there's options. Okay, I wanted another yellow color for fall. This is another color. It's more tan, where this is more taupey. And the last one that I got is a variegated with greens and like a cranberry red. So I really like that for a different Christmas finish as well. So those will go in my stash as finishing, and I get a lot of yards. This is 109 yards of trim. I have never finished one of these yet, but I have tons of these that I can pull out and look and see what fits best. My store was also clearancing out like pinky ones. I don't knit, so I don't know if they're clearancing them out because they're more summer colors. I don't know if that's a thing for knitting or not, or they're just discontinuing that color in my store. I have no idea. But they had some clearance, they had some on sale, they had, yeah. So I stocked up. Like I said, this trim, that one had 109 yards. This one has 220 yards. Like, that is a lot of trim. For relatively, you know, like if I paid full price, I think this skein is $9.99. So even if I paid full price, I always get them on sale. Still not a bad deal for all that trim. So that's one way that I have saved some money doing some of my pillows, is looking for those type of trims. So if you have a friend that cross stitches as well, you could pick up one of these and split it with them, and still both of you have tons and tons of trim. If you have 4 friends, you could split this with them and have a lot of trim. So, okay. My table is empty. Kind of messily destroyed because we went through everything. Once again, make sure you subscribe, especially for the giveaways. In the comments, if you just want to answer for the giveaways, I'm not at all offended. but I do read all of the comments. I try to interact with all the comments. And so thank you so much for doing that, because I enjoy it and get a kick out of it. A lot of times that's the last thing that I do at night is I go through my YouTube comments and look at them at the end of the day. So it's such a nice thing to have. So thank you so much. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to be stitching Americana and Bees until May 1st. I will tell you, I'm running out of steam on Americana and Bees. Like, I still have lots of charts that I want to do, but I'm kind of like running the gamut, like I'm ready to move on. But I still have, roughly 2 weeks, a week and a half left. I will be able to get the Prairie Schooler alphabet done. I will be able to get my sampler, Americana sampler. I might be able to squeeze in another finish. I don't know. We'll see. So happy stitching, and I'll see you guys in 2 weeks.